Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If we haven't met yet, my name's DeElla with Hoberg Homes, and I'm a residential real estate agent here in the North Metro Atlanta area. And I'm also a real estate investor. My husband and I invest in real estate, and we just bought our first short-term rental property. And so we are trying to furnish and remodel this on a very tight budget. So today we're doing something really fun, and we are heading into the workshop, and we're gonna make a light fixture that's gonna hang outside on the covered screened-in porch over a farmhouse table. So let's head into the workshop and get started. Okay, so I got the inspiration for this project from going to a local antique mall that's held once a month here in Cumming called Lakewood Antique Market. And I saw this really cool light fixture that is just stunning. And unfortunately, I was not willing to pay the almost $500 that they wanted for this pounded metal light fixture, but it was really cool and I was inspired. And so here is where we are going to put the light fixture. This is our covered porch on our new investment property, and this is actually the light fixture that it will be replacing. So here it is. Here's my antique mall find, a rusty bucket, and who would have thunk it? It's going to become a great light fixture. Hey, it's DeElla with Hoberg Homes, and today I'm in my very messy workshop, no judgments please, and we are making a light fixture out of this very cool rusty bucket that I found at an antique mall. And so we're going to make an indoor-outdoor light fixture, and we are also using this pendant light kit that I found on clearance at Lowe's. So let's go ahead and get started with this indoor-outdoor light. So the first thing I did was I got a piece of wood. It could be scrap wood or whatever. I had to buy this piece. I didn't have anything wide enough. So I just took the bottom and traced along and then cut out with a jigsaw my base. Now this is going to work to hold the pendant light in place, and so after it's all cut out, this is what we've got. Okay, so there's my disc that's cut out, and you can tell it's not a perfect circle, but that's because my base is not a perfect circle. So I went ahead and sanded it down and drilled some holes, and you'll see why in just a moment. Okay, so my disc is cut out, and you can see here in the top of the bucket, I drilled some holes, and then I also drilled some holes here in my disc. And we're literally going to be attaching the bucket to the disc with wire. I also just bashed out the bottom of the bucket, so we've got a nice cylinder here, and that will be our lampshade basically. So the next thing we're going to do is to find the center of our disc that we cut out and use the lamp kit, the pendant light kit, as a template to cut the hole in the middle for the light. On this kit, the pieces go like this. We've got one piece here, and then the other one screws on to the bottom here. So we're going to use this piece for the template here. Okay, so I have a 1.5 inch Forstner bit that I'm going to drill the center hole out with. When using this kind of a bit, it's really important that you clamp your wood down really good and wear eye protection and hearing protection to be safe. Otherwise, you could end up, doing something more like this. So whenever you're in doubt, call a friend over and, get a hand, and voila, the hole is drilled and we've got a spot for our light fixture to actually work. Okay, next thing, I am just going to stain this little wood disc, and I'm just using a mahogany stain because I have it on hand. You could paint the disc, you can do whatever you want, just make sure it's protected. And here we go. Okay, so stain is on, and I basically just brushed it on with my cheapy foam brush. You can use an old sock, whatever you want to put the paint or the stain on, and then you just wipe it off and let it dry. Okay, so next step is we are going to attach the top of our pendant light to the Rusty bucket, which is our shade. And so I'm going to start doing that with E3600. It's a really strong adhesive, and then I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue because the E3600 takes a while to dry, so the hot glue will hold it in place while it dries, and we can go ahead and start threading our wire through for the extra support. Okay, so I'm glued on the top, but it's going to need some more support because there's really not a whole lot of space from the bucket to the top there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use some wire. Let's see. This is jewelry wire. I just happen to have it. It's 20 gauge. You could use something a little heavier duty if you wanted, but this is really easy to work with. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to literally weave the wire between these holes and the holes on the top. Okay, so I've cut off a length of wire, and it's really pretty long. And what I did is I poked it through the hole on the top, reached underneath, went through the next hole, and then over top again. So that's what we're going to repeat all the way along. And this process is kind of tedious, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'll just show you how I do one. So you're threading that through, and then your arm comes up through the bucket. And then you poke it through. And around. So you're just doing like a whip stitch all the way around. Okay, so my top is wired on, and I just twisted the wire and glued it down on the very top. Remember that no one's going to see that part, so don't worry about it. But it's all wired on. This process was a little bit tedious, but I think it's going to look great once it's hung up. Okay, so the last part is just installing the pendant light kit, and it comes with a piece here, and then it will go through the hole, and then you just thread this on. And that's as easy as that. And then this will be installed in the ceiling, and we're all set. Just needs a light bulb. Okay, so we're all finished with this rustic light fixture that will be going on the porch on our new investment property over a farmhouse table, and I am so excited about it. It's going to be gorgeous when it's hung up, and I can't wait to get it in the new property. But let's just talk about the cost of this for a minute. Our inspiration piece was $500, and this doesn't look exactly like it, but it still gives you that same rustic metal element. And this came in at just under $50 to make. So $25 for the bucket, a couple of bucks for the wood, an $18 fixture from Lowe's that was on clearance. I had the glue and the stain and the wire already. So that could add a few bucks to your project if you want to make a fixture like this. However, at a tenth of the cost of the inspiration piece, I think we did a really great job getting that same idea and feel without spending the big bucks. I love DIY projects like this. This took under an hour to do, and the results are awesome. I can't wait to get it hung up, and I will definitely update you on that. But in the meantime, click subscribe and join me for more real talk on real estate.